While you at it, like, comment, share, and subscribe.
On this episode, I want to talk about why do black people or African people love going where they're not accepted or respected or invested in. You know what I'm saying? Like, black people, like, we love going to places like Dubai, love going to Puerto Rico, love going to Punta Cana, love going to Dominican Republic, Saudi Arabia, want to go to China, Japan, Korea, where else? We want to go to all these other places, but when it comes to like Africa, or when it comes to like places that we're descendants of, or places where we could truly connect with people because they look like us, we don't take the time and energy to go to those other places. You see? So my thing is, like, we be happy to go to all these other races, countries and continents and things of that nature, but we neglect our own. We neglect Africa. We neglect places like Jamaica, Haiti, things of that nature. But when we build these certain places up where our people are at, that's how we'll be able to become more powerful on a real world stage. That's how we'll be able to have more economic viability. That's how we'll be able to get more respect from the world. You see what I'm saying? When we build up the countries and continents and the continent we come from, which is Africa. You see what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, like in Puerto Rico, Dubai, China, they do have Africans there. I'm not saying that they don't have Africans there or there aren't Africans you can build with and things of that nature. What I'm saying is, why do we value places where other races are dominant at and neglect places where our race is the majority? You see what I'm saying? I don't understand that. But the thing is, that's an aspect of colonialism. That's an aspect of washing. You know, that's an aspect of us being lied about the truth of who we are, about our true heritage, about our true power, and about where we truly come from. You know what I mean? We descend from kings and queens. We descend from royalty. We descend from powerful people. We descend from intellectual people. We descend of people of prowess. We descend from hard-working people, you know, innovators, master herbalists, master spiritual teachers, master architects, master philosophers. We descend from, you know, the original people, the first people. We were the first people that brought martial arts to the world. We were the first architects. We were the first doctors. We were the first lawyers. You see what I'm saying? We descend from greatness. So people that don't know their true history or where they truly come from will stay in a perpetual state of ignorance. Will stay in a perpetual state of self-hate. So that's why it's important to know your history. It's important to know your history. Not the history that was given to you by the white man or these other people that don't fuck with you or don't like you. The history that comes directly from your ancestors. Studying the work of your ancestors. Reading the books of your ancestors. Watching videos where your ancestors are speaking about how powerful you are speaking about solutions to your conditions. That's gonna be the only way you can change the trajectory of your life. Or that's the only way we're gonna be able to change the trajectory of our life as a people, is studying the teachings of the ancestors, submitting to the power that's within our soul, submitting to identifying and valuing the beauty of what it means to be African. You see what I'm saying? We want to go to Dubai and invest in Dubai and build up their economy and give them all our money and give them our praise while they take our money and disrespect us and neglect us. Even America, you know, the money we invest and spend in America, it goes to other people's hands. But it never returns back to our community. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I tell people to leave America and come to Africa. Because for one, your money gonna go a long way. For two, you gonna help strengthen the African economy. And three, you're gonna be valued for who you are and just your natural nature because you're an African in Africa. So it's just like, you know, we'll go to China. all these other places, Puerto Rico, Punta Cana, all these other places where we'll give everybody our money, have a good time with all these other people, and they take the money, and then you left high and dry and ain't got shit because you ain't built up your own community. You ain't sustained your own economy. You ain't built your own schools, ain't built your own hospitals. So yeah, that's why it's important for us to come to Africa and invest in Africa. Because when we come to Africa and invest in Africa, we make Africa stronger. And the stronger Africa helps us as Africans be stronger anywhere, no matter where we go. Say we become stronger in Africa, no matter where we go in the world, we will be respected and revered and valued because our base is strong, which is Africa. That's why all these other ethnic groups are powerful, because they have a strong base. We be wanting to go to Saudi Arabia, be wanting to be amongst the Mexicans and all these other people. Don't get me wrong, like I have nothing against no other race. But in order for us to be a stronger people, powerful people, and more respected people, we got to invest in our own land. We got to invest in our own continent. We got to invest in things that truly belong to us, which is Africa, which is places like Jamaica, which is places like Haiti, or which is like Trinidad, or those other melanated dominated islands or countries, you know. But I feel like the most important thing for us as Africans that are diaspora, the most important thing for real is for us to advance and invest in Africa. There's no other way for us. We're going to continue to invest in the American system, you know, and it's going to go to other cultures, other races, while we just high and dry. And it's like we putting all our time and energy into America, into their economy and things of that nature, but it never comes back to our community. In fact, the money that we invest into America, into the white man system, the money is used to destabilize our communities. The money is used to destabilize Africa. The money is used to enslave us as a people. And what makes it so sad is the fact that we don't really think about this type stuff. We don't really conceptualize this type stuff. We don't really take this type of stuff into consideration. We're really funding our own genocide when we invest in America. People want to say, we are Native Americans, we are Indians, this is our land, this is our home, and this and that, this and that. Yeah, like, we are the true Native Americans. We are the true Indians. We were there first before even Christopher Columbus came there. Yeah, absolutely. But we've been fighting. People like, we got the civil rights area. People like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Dr. Malachi Z. York, Marcus Garvey, and just all our other revolutionaries. They have been fighting over there and trying to establish us a nation inside of the nation. And it never works out in our favor. Our revolutionaries get killed. Even like with Black Wall Street, they burnt down our towns. You see what I'm saying? They burnt down our towns and businesses we had in Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That shit never got rebuilt. So even like in the 80s and 70s and 80s, Ronald Reagan signed the act to allow the government to bring crack cocaine in the African American community, which destabilized the homes of, which destabilized the families of the African American community. And then after they destabilized the families, they brought in a welfare program, which basically allowed the African American woman to get benefits from the government if she don't have a man in the home. And we still suffer from those problems to this day. And a lot of us are byproducts, or we descend from people who were affected by the crack cocaine area in the African American communities. A lot of us descend from that bloodline. And we are still going to war in America to this day. Still going to war in America to this day. With these white folks, with these other cultures, with these other races. And you really think it's going to get better? Even our strongest revolutionaries, we have people like Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey. Strong men. Very strong men. And they still usurp those organizations. Even the Black Panther Party, Huey P. Newton, Fred Hampton, had multiple chapters in America. They still brought in COINTELPRO, which allowed them to bring in agents to these organizations to destabilize the organizations, which caused these revolutionary organizations to dissipate. Eventually, our revolutionaries get locked up, they get kicked out the country, or they get killed. That's why there has been no progress in America for African Americans. For one, because majority of the people don't give a fuck about standing up. And then for two, everyone that does stand up, they either get killed or they get bought out and become a sellout. Or they go to jail. Or shit, even like, or they have like mental breakdowns. You see what I'm saying? And become crazy because they don't know a way out, or they don't see a way out because other African Americans don't give a fuck. You know? We just in a perpetual state of ignorance. We just in a perpetual state of not valuing ourselves. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I wrote the book, man. You are the blueprint. Knowing yourself so you can know your path. It's the table of contents. Because if we never realize that we are the blueprint to our life, if we never realize that we are the answers we're looking for, we'll always be searching for them outside of ourselves. And us searching for them outside of ourselves instead of looking within and saying the power within ourselves will always leave us in a perpetual state of ignorance. Or it would always leave us not being able to find the answers that are ordained for us because we're looking for them answers outside of ourselves. And continuing living that way and doing things that way will make us always forget the value that's within ourselves. And it also makes us waste time. We build these things and build up businesses, get money, do all this shit to give it right back to other people. That's a motherfucking oxymoron. What the fuck is you getting money for then? If it ain't used to invest in your community, if it's not used to invest in your people, if it's not used to build up your communities, what's the point of fucking even getting money? You see what I'm saying? So you can buy some liquor, buy some food, and give all that money you gain to other people, while your community and your people and your family is sucked up dry, while your people, your community's family has nothing? That's a fucking oxymoron. That is a sickness. That is a sickness. And we don't think nothing's wrong with that. We don't think we're sick. We don't think nothing's wrong with that. That shit don't make no sense. I'd rather go somewhere and be somewhere where I know I'm valued and loved just for who I am, versus having to prove myself to these other cultures and races to show them that I'm somebody. I already am somebody. I was ordained as somebody by the ancestors, the universe. You see what I'm saying? By the spirit realm. I've always been somebody, regardless of what I got or don't got. African people, we are gods incarnated. That's where our value come from. And when we understand that and know that and submit to that, we can be the change we seek in our own life. If you think your value and answers gonna come from anybody else outside of you that's not even of your same race or ethnic group, you are a fool. And you will suffer more and more and more. Don't get me wrong, like, we can use other entities or other people as, like, for ideas, but they not gonna be the ordained answers that's for you as a race in particular, because your situation and scenario and the things you go through are way different than the things they have gone through. And it's way different than all the people that are coming for you. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like I was saying, man, like, going to Dubai and investing in their economy and their environment and things of that nature, it never helps you. It leaves you high and dry and suffering. You see what I'm saying, man? Yeah, the road, you know, the road is gonna be hard. It's gonna have its challenges. It's gonna have, you know, have headaches, you know. But at least on this path, you'll know you'll be working to sustain yourself. You know you'll be working to help yourself. You know you'll be working to enhance yourself versus giving all your time and energy to all these other people who don't fuck with you and who don't give a fuck about you. This is the only path worth living as an African. This is the only path worth following as an African. This is the only path that's going to free you as an African. By being willing to sustain yourself. By being willing to invest in the continent of Africa. By being willing to work together with your brothers and sisters on the continent of Africa. This is your only hope. And I don't have to explain why or none of that. You see what's going on in the world. You see what the fuck going on in the world. And you feel like doing it a different way is another option. Motherfucker, that's an oxymoron. You just taking your brain through tribulations and trials it shouldn't even be going through when you can see clear as day what the fuck going on. But they got y'all so brainwashed and self-hating that you even ignore the right guidance that your mind is telling you about what's going on in the world. That's a fucking sickness. You see what I'm saying, man? And it won't happen overnight. The change won't happen overnight. We won't just wake up and be a perfect people. It's going to take time to get there. But at least you can start with being aware and taking the steps in your day-to-day life to free yourself so you can help other people free themselves so we can become a free people. You see what I'm saying? You either can use your words, your influence, and your platform to help us become a more empowered people, or you can use your platform to showcase the degeneracy aspect of us, to divide us, and create these gender wars and things of that nature. You either the solution for the African people or you're the problem for the African people. There's no in between. There's no middle ground. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, it won't happen overnight, man, but the work must be done. Because the problem's going to be passed down a generation, then the next generation, and the next generation, and the next generation. You know, somebody going to have to answer the call to the problem. That's why I'm doing my part and doing the work that I'm doing so I can be the change I wish to see on the African continent and also for our African race. Yeah, man, but yeah, I appreciate y'all watching this segment, you know, watching this episode, and yeah, peace and love, y'all. I'm out.
While you at it, like, comment, share, and subscribe.
And if you want them OG slides so you can be stepping like an OG, the link is in the description. And if you need your original God's phone case to show these people you the real OG, link is in the description of the YouTube video. Check it out. If you need you a trucker hat, link is in the description. And if you want an OG shirt to represent the power that you possess, hit the link in the YouTube description. And if it get a little chilly outside and you want to still be stepping like an OG, get you an original God's hoodie. Link in the YouTube description.
Oh yeah, and don't forget to grab your copy of the book, man. Get this divine wisdom. Get a book that reminds you of the power of yourself. Grab your copy of that You Are the Blueprint, knowing yourself so you can know your path. It's a must read.